What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jeremy. You're tuned into another episode of House of Colossus, man. If this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. Feel free to hit that subscribe button right at the bottom. And to my returning subscribers, man, I appreciate you guys for rocking out with your boy. We've been doing this for about 2-3 months now. The channel is constantly growing, and it's all because of you guys. I'm appreciative. Continue to share my videos to people that you feel will like this type of content. Here on House of Colossus, we talk about everything men's fragrance. And that's pretty much it, man. Like, if you don't know, I'm a gourmand lover. So what does a gourmand lover consist of? I just like sweeter fragrances. I'm not against freshies. I'm not against prototypical blue fragrances. I just like sweeter fragrances. They just do and radiate better off of my skin. So today I'm going to bring you guys 8 of some inexpensive gourmands. I mean, they're going to be compliment getting. They are going to be sweet, obviously. They're going to have some type of sweet facet to it. And ultimately, like, I know you guys will enjoy these if you pick these up. So, as always, as I always say, I ain't going to take up too much of your time. Let's hop right into it. In no particular order, guys. This first one has sage, daiquiri, bergamot, and orris. It's fairly new, came out in 2016. You can pick a 4.2 ounce bottle of this up off of Fragrance Net for about 26 bucks. I don't hear people talk about it that much, but I do believe it's a phenomenal scent. It's sweet. It's obviously sweet. it's spicy in a way as well. And this one comes from the house of Jesus Del Pozo, and that is Halloween Man Shot. Longevity and sillage on this is pretty good. I get anywhere from 6 to 8 hours longevity and probably an hour and a half of a good scent bubble where you can actually be smelled. Nobody really talks about this a lot. I get a lot of talk about Halloween Man X, but Halloween Man Shot is just as good, man. It's more, I think Halloween Man X has a coffee note in it that people are just kind of going crazy over. This one is just as loud as Man X, but I think this was just a little bit more reserved for me. So I'm gonna rock out with this guy here. That's Jesus Del Pozo, Halloween Man X. This next one is no stranger to the YouTube community, the fragrance community, period. This one has grapefruit, cinnamon, cardamom, and there's a bevy of other notes that's in it. You can get a 3.3 ounce bottle off of Fragrance Net for about 50 bucks, which I still think that's solid. I mean, 3.3 ounce, that's 100 mils for 50 bucks, so that's pretty cool. Came out in 2018, as I said. Comes from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo. I got my little 1 ounce bottle. Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo Signature. Even though it says it has grapefruit, cinnamon, and cardamom, this is obviously the most prominent thing about this. It smells like a tiramisu cake. It smells very sweet. It smells edible. It's seductive. It's alluring. I get really, really good performance out of this. I'm talking 9-10 hours and probably 2-3 hours of like where you can smell it. This is loud, so you don't really have to go too heavy on the sprays with Uomo Signature. However, it is a beautiful, seductive, alluring, sexy, standout scent. It's not gonna, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's people that have this, but where I live in Illinois, not too many guys with fragrances that I know of. So Uomo Signature will definitely help me stand out, and it's a gourmand sweet fragrance that I'm loving every time I wear it. Each and every time I wear it, I get more inclined to loving it and want to wear it even more. With me having so many fragrances, it's rare that we wear the same fragrances day by day, but that right there can be one of those fragrances that can break that. So on to the next one. This one came out in 2016. This one has black violet, saffron, lavender, honey, and patchouli. You can get a 3.4 ounce bottle of this off of Fragrance Net as well for $34, you know what I'm saying? So this one comes from the house of Roberto Cavalli, and this is Roberto Cavalli Uomo. You definitely get that honey. It's dark, but not super dark. It's sweet, it's spicy with the scent, with the saffron, and it's just a remarkable scent. For the most part, all of these longevity-wise are gonna be really, really good because typically fall and winter fragrances are more dense and they have a little bit more body where they can sustain the cold. 7 to 8 hours longevity, 2 hours of good projection. Smells absolutely phenomenal off my skin, and it's something it's fairly inexpensive. I think this is something that every guy should definitely have in his collection. You can also go with La Notte. There's also Deep Desire, and there's another one as well that Roberto Cavalli has too. For the most part, this Uomo line from Roberto Cavalli is really, really good. However, I'm going to rock out with this one for my sweet one. I don't have La Notte. That's probably another reason why I didn't put that on the list. I know that gets compared to a Carolina Herrera fragrance, but I'll get into that once I get the bottle. All right, so the next one, this one comes from they call it a clone house, but they actually make their own stuff. I don't think this is actually the original creation. It has cacao, vanilla, and caramel. You can get a 30 ml for about $42, I believe. This one comes from the House of Alexandria Fragrances, which I'll be doing more videos on, and that is Cacao Dreams. So what you get from Cacao Dreams is sweet chocolate Tootsie Roll. That's what I get from it. I get a sweet caramelized chocolate Tootsie Roll, and it smells phenomenal. The longevity, don't worry about it, because you're gonna get anywhere from 9 to 10 hours, because this pumps. It smells really, really good. It smells edible. It smells obviously sexy. It's alluring. And if you're a chocolate lover, man, this is something you should definitely have in your stash. From the House of Alexandria Fragrances, guys, this is Alexandria Fragrances Cacao Dreams. This next one was a starter fragrance for me, but I would never leave it alone. I still think it's pretty good. I still think the longevity on it is really good, especially for the price point. You can get this for $20 off of Fragrance Net. They also sometimes pop up in the rack stores across the country. This one has lavender, clementine, cucumber, osmanthus, and cardamom. Comes from the House of Calvin Klein, and that is CK1 Shock. CK1 Shock has this very sweet, kind of tobacco-y vibe. It does have a little freshness in the opening. I'm guessing that's going to come from the clementine and the cucumber. But once it dries down, it's like this really sweet tobacco, even though tobacco is in there. But it's really sweet, nice. It's just a sweet, nice fragrance, man. Longevity on this is really good as well. I'll get anywhere from 7 to 8 hours on scan for a $20 fragrance. That's great. I know some people have other batches where they last way longer. I'm okay with 7 to 8 hours on this. It definitely pumps off the skin for that first hour and a half. And then that skin scent is still prominent where you can smell it for, like I said, the 8 hours that it's going to be on there. CK1 Shock, $20. Pick it up if you don't have it. This next one is kind of a divisive fragrance, man. I love the way it smells once it dries down. The opening can be a little bit too much. It has like this kind of tar kind of vibe to it when you first start off, and it can be a little off-putting, but once you get past the tar, which is like within the first, I want to say 10-15 minutes of the fragrance, and as it gets into that dry down, it is a beautiful sugary vanilla type of fragrance. This one has sandalwood, tonka bean, benzoin, which is a type of vanilla, bergamot. It does have some spicy accords to it as well. You can get a 1.7 ounce bottle of this off of Fragrance Net for $34. And this one comes from Thierry Mugler, and this is the original Amen. As I said, when it first starts off, it has this rubbery tar feel, tar smell, and it can be a little off-putting. Guys, just give it some time. Give it some time to dry down. And let the goodness come in the dry down, because that's exactly where it is. And it's just, like I said, it's a sweet, sugary vanilla, and it smells really, really good off my skin. Longevity on this, you don't have to worry about as well. You're gonna get anywhere from 7 to 9 hours on skin for sure, or about 2 hours of an actual decent scent profile, scent bubble where you know where people can smell you. But don't sleep on the original Amen. I know people have Pure Malt, Pure Tonka, all those guys. Those guys are great too. I have smelled those decant wise. I don't own bottles of them. However, I'm gonna rock out with this guy right here, and that is the original Amen from Thierry Mugler. This next one was a love at first sniff for me. I actually picked this up from a coworker. His name is Gary. I used to work with, and he came to my store and he bought it. He was like, "Man, you don't got this in your collection?" I'm like, "Nah, I didn't even know anything about it." and I picked it up for my birthday that following year. This has rosemary, mandarin orange, tarragon, basil, and neroli. To be honest, for me, what I get is just a sugar blast. Like, it's just like a sweet caramel sugary type of fragrance, and I really love it. This one comes from the house of Givenchy, man, and this is Givenchy pie. My sister went through a whole bottle of this with me, so I read up. This is actually my second bottle of this, and I really love this fragrance, man. Longevity, don't have to worry about. You're gonna get anywhere from 7 to 9 hours on skin for sure. Your scent bubble is gonna be, you know, it's gonna be huge for that first 2 hours, man. Like, I was getting compliments all night with this. Probably 2 years ago when I first had my first bottle. This is a staple for me. I definitely wear this, and I definitely love it. And obviously I loved it enough where I had to pick up another bottle. It's as I said, it's a sweet, sugary. You kind of get some of the mandarin orange in the opening, but this is a phenomenal scent. Something I will have probably for life as a gourmand. That is Givenchy pie. So we're down to the final fragrance, guys. This one's no stranger to the YouTube fragrance community as well. This has mint, violet leaf, cardamom, but what I get from it is just really chestnut and vanilla. Comes from the house of Emporio Armani. You can pick a bottle of this up, a 1.7 ounce bottle of this up from Fragrance Net for about $59 is what I got. So, as I said, from Emporio Armani, that's Stronger With You. If you haven't noticed, most of these juices have like this brown bourbon liquor type of. That's how you know it's gonna be good. I mean, I don't think that's really what it was, but anyways, Emporio Armani, Stronger With You. You can go with Stronger With You Intensely. You can go with the new guys that they have that have come out. However, I'm rocking with the original because that's what I have as of right now, which is still solid, still lasts a long time, still projects pretty well. So I'm gonna rock out with this. As I said, what I get from this is just purely chestnut and vanilla. So it's just a roasted chestnut and a sweet vanilla, and it smells absolutely phenomenal off my skin. I did get a few compliments with this when I first got it. As you see, I made a little dent in it, you know, so that means it's getting worn. And this is actually gonna be a gourmand lover for me as well. That's Emporio Armani, Stronger With You. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. This is 8 fragrances for those gourmand lovers out there that are trying to build their collection. And honestly, I just wanted to share my experience with you guys when it comes to my gourmands. As I said, I am a gourmand lover. I do love freshies as well, but in the season that we're in right now, these are some of the 8 fragrances out of 140 bottles of cologne that I have that I do rock for the most part, and I really enjoy them. So I wanted to share those guys with you. Obviously, my name is Jeremy. You're tuned into the House of Colossus. I appreciate you guys for taking your time out your day to just rock out with your boy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. And as always, I'm gonna greet you and leave you like I always say. Peace.